So you've known Seth MacFarlane for a long time, worked on Family Guy for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Mark Wahlberg called this Seth on steroids. How do you see his transition in terms of the comedy and it being still heightened comedy?
Yeah.
How do you see his transition into live action features?
I think it's the same. I think Seth is really funny, and I think he's really smart, and he has a very specific voice when it comes to humor. I'm sure that technically speaking, it's different for him to direct live action versus animation, But as far as comedy goes, comedy can translate on small screen, big screen, in any form as long as it's good. So,
Yeah.
I don't see the difference.
Do you guys have kind of a shorthand now that you've worked together for so long?
Yes.
Yeah, so is it just super easy to communicate on set?
Yeah.
Yes.
Seth and I have an incredible shorthand. I mean, he's like an honest friend outside of work. So, yeah, you build a friendship, and so you have, not only do you have a shorthand, you have no problem being honest with one another and speaking your mind, and in a friend type of way, where how you speak to a friend versus how you speak to a director. And he doesn't speak to me the way a director speaks to an actor. He speaks to me the way a friend would talk to a friend. So I think it was a little strange for everybody in the beginning.
You know what? One of the things that I like about the film is that Laurie, I feel like she's really relatable, even though it's super heightened.
Really? Because the guy before you just told me that Laurie was disrespected the whole movie.
Disrespected?
I literally was like this. What?
I know that kid. I'm going to talk to him after.
Please do, because I was like, explain to me how she was disrespected. But go on.
Really? No, she's not disrespected at
I
all.
don't think so.
I think I thought it was kind of cool because you're playing a character written by Seth MacFarlane who isn't getting treated bad like Meg is all the time.
Yeah.
What's cool about her is that she stands up for herself, but she's still a very likable character. Can you talk about how you guys work together to kind of create that dynamic?
Yeah, I think that Seth and I always wanted her to be that way. And so when the characters were presented to me on paper, there were some holes with her reactions, and he was very open-minded to letting me have an opinion as to how to stay true to the character and how to let her reactions be a little more grounded and a little more truthful. And he was very receptive to it. I mean, he was incredibly collaborative.
And it's also kind of a circumstance that I think a lot of women can relate to. I mean, wanting their man to step up and let go of their childhood.
Hey, not all women are extremes. Like, people, I think, have a vision of a woman being either incredibly nagging or incredibly great and have a beer and watch Monday Night Football. There is that in between. And I think that that's the modern day average for a woman, is a woman who can do both. And that's kind of what I think Laurie is.
I happen to be a big Seth MacFarlane fan, but what do you think that Seth MacFarlane fans are going to take away from the movie, and then also people that maybe are not so familiar with his work?
I think Seth is really funny and really smart. That's it. I mean, when it comes to comedy, you need smart and funny. That's all you need. Everything else is a bonus. A lot of his humor is rooted in life and in social relevance, and so you get that with whether it be Family Guy or Ted. I think it's timeless humor in a lot of ways. It's really smart humor. It's not necessarily highbrow humor. It's not lowbrow humor either. It's not slapstick, but there are poop and fart jokes. Like, I think that you walk away with a little bit of everything, and he doesn't dumb the audience down. And I think so many times prior in comedies, people dumb the audience, and here he doesn't. He kind of he makes you laugh, and he makes you smile, and he makes you think a little bit. He's great.
Thanks so much. We're really looking forward to seeing this on AMC screens.
No, thanks.